I think we're live here, and I'm gonna turn my phone and see if that works. Because I was on a Zoom call last week where they asked me to turn my phone, and yeah, I think we're just gonna stick with this. Um, so, um, hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of the Brian Colletto Show on Fireside, streaming also to my YouTube channel. And actually, the reason I'm holding my phone out so far at the moment is because I'm wearing my autism shirt, rocking to a different tune. You can't see the entire thing right now. And I don't feel like getting up to show the shirt like I did a few weeks ago. Or maybe I'll do it later. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're going to put on a good show here. So um, I don't really have too much of anything planned at the moment in terms of what I'm going to talk about. So we're just going to wing it. Um, so this is, I think, my last show of April 2023. And so as we close out Autism Month, I want to uh, express my gratitude for everyone, whether they're listening to the show or not, um, who has supported me and even educated me throughout this month and throughout my entire life. It means a lot to me that you guys support me. That being said, um, I guess I will see. This is uh, live in real time. You're seeing me move my camera on my phone. Um, so, what I will also say is that, um, what am I going to say? Yeah, I recently did 4 straight days of actually speaking on my reels on the social media platforms. Now, if you're watching this only on YouTube, I don't post my videos to YouTube every day. Um, I usually post them in batches on YouTube. YouTube is not my main platform to like and engage, but I do get on there to post videos. So, um, but but yeah, I did 4 straight days of videos where I spoke. Um, I recall that um, Thursday, I um, I did one where I talked about autism awareness or autism acceptance and saying how I believe both are important as we move forward. I remember the next one was April 21st, and I said cheers to the autism purpose. Yes, that is a nod to a specific thing you're allowed to do in the US once you turn 21, and it being Autism Month. Then I did one for Earth Day, in tying autism to Earth Day for a reel on that. And then on Sunday, I did one to showcase a little bit of the lawn I mowed and mentioning about how some people on the spectrum like to mow lawn. See, I'm always thinking of how I can um, contribute to social media and connect with people with the goal, of course, of taking as much of virtual to real life as possible. I'm not just a social media star, I like to be an in real life star as well, in my own right. I don't need all the Hollywood accolades, although I will accept them if they come one day, but that's not the first thing on my mind. That's what I mean about that. Um, so the a- as I was preparing for this show, just a few minutes before, I saw a story about how um, exercise can be um, hard for people, but especially those on the autism spectrum. And I agree with it to an extent because many of you might already know, but for those that don't, I was a little bit overweight in a bad way, steadily as a kid. Like, not all the time, but it got a little bit worse here and there as time went along. And a lot of it was because I was very into sugary stuff. I used to drink lots of soda. I haven't drank soda in over a decade at this point. And while my weight now is not really that much different, it's a different body composition because I lift weights. I've been on my fitness journey almost 16 years. And for me, it doesn't seem anything out of the norm compared to the everyday person in terms of the fact that some days you feel great and ready to go, and other days you have to motivate yourself. And and so, um, but I do get it, and that's part of why I talk about my fitness journey and why I want to inspire people with my fitness journey because it is not every day that you see somebody on the autism spectrum uh, getting out there exercising and eating well and doing what they can to stay in shape for themselves first. So, um, again, I know that sometimes people may not want to hear a story over and over again, but there's always new people coming in. And there are people that forget. So sometimes people need a little refresher. So that's what I can say right now as it relates to autism. Now, in this next segment, I'm going to go into what has been going on for me since my last show on here about a week ago. So, what has gone on? Well, um, I did have a few different events since the last show. So that was good. Um, just bear with me for a second as I think about it. Yeah, I had two different events with my county's chamber. Um, one of them was in the evening last Tuesday, and the other one was in the morning on the Thursday. And while I had more fun in the evening, I thought they were both good. And um, I also did two different networkings on Friday. And the first one was with my town's chamber, which was hosting other other chambers. Other chambers were helping sponsor it, and that was fun. And I did the go karts once. Uh, I was offered to do it again, but once was enough for this time. I learned a little secret after the event that I should wait until after the race to eat. That's on me. But not to worry, everything was fine. Um, no major issues. Just need to make sure so that I don't feel so bad during a race. I don't want to trigger anybody while I'm talking here. The other event was a monthly group that I've come to love since last July. And that particular group, by the way, which I've only been participating with since last July, they celebrated 11 years this month. So congrats to them. Over the weekend, besides doing some yard work, which includes the lawn mowing, I didn't do too much. My high school alma mater was supposed to have a spring craft flea market fair, but it was canceled. And I hope that the parties involved can make improvements for next time in terms of communicating what the situation is, how they're going to handle certain situations, and how they're going to get news to everybody. Because although there weren't many cars when I got there, the fact that I went and then had to figure out for myself that it was canceled didn't seem totally fair to me. But again, it allowed me to get some other work done around the yard. There was another town that was doing a street fair, but I had only found out or been reminded of it yesterday or on Sunday, for that matter. And couldn't really prepare myself to go. I've gone to it before, but it's not at the top of my list. It's good, but it's not at the top of my list. And I want to be intentional as much as possible, especially considering that I've begun to really find niches. And also, as conversations get deeper in the virtual world, um, I have to keep some room. So um, that is what I've got to say right now as it relates to this. Um, Nobody is appearing um, in the fireside right now. It's just me talking. So I want to thank everyone who listened to this live or on replay. And hopefully, I will be back next week for the beginning of May. And until then, I send you all love, light, blessings, and peace.